மாணவர்கள் எவரும் போதைக்கு அடிமையாகாதீர்கள். அடிமையானவர்கள் மீண்டதாக சரித்திரமில்லை. எனவே உங்களையும் சமூகத்தையும் பாதுகாத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் நலன் கருதி கல்வி டிவி.
Hi students, we are studying grade 9 unit 1 application of microorganism. Last four class we have studies about it. Today also we are going to study application of microorganism. In this diagram, shows these diagrams, you know this screen shows a yellow color and little bit grey color rice. Golden rich, this is contain vitamin A. This is contain vitamin A, right, with additional one, carbohydrate, with sometime some folic acid, right, folic acid possible. Folic acid mean vitamin B, like that. Here only carbohydrate with folic acid. Folic acid mean vitamin B kind of vitamin B. That here additional vitamin A rich rice, that is golden rice, we call golden rice. Okay, this golden rice have find out by gene technology, right? The new varieties have find out with gene technology. Okay, nitrogen fixations even though 78%. Okay, in this chapter we will go to the new page, right? Nitrogen fixation. What is? Our environment consists about 78% of nitrogen gas. About 78% of nitrogen gas. That nitrogen gas can't absorb by the plant. But plants need nitrogen, but unfortunately normal green plant can't absorb directly due to the chemical structure of the nitrogen. It has more chemical bond, 3 covalent bond, we will study later. So very difficult to destroy it and get the nitrogen separate from the nitrogen gas. But some kind of bacteria such as rhizobium can make atmospheric nitrogen to nitrate fertilizer. So that nitrogen fertilizer can absorb by the plant. So rhizobium bacteria and other bacteria, acetofactor, those kind of microorganisms can convert atmospheric nitrogen to nitrate, right? These are the natural phenomena, right? Example, see, they have a special features. One plant is here, normal plant. This is specially Leguminaceae family plant. You already studied some kind of plant rich of proteins. Rich of proteins mean protein consists CHON, that means carbon, hydrogen and additional nitrogens. In the nitrogen, why they have more protein? That Leguminaceae family plant roots contain some nodules. So nitrogen, I already mentioned the nitrogen gas, that is N2, right? N2 gas. Chemically, we will study later. There are 3 bonds. If we need to separate, we have to destroy these 3 bonds. Very difficult, right? If we have to get this, we have to destroy these bond. But what happened? Normal nitrogen gas available our atmosphere and soil. Into the soil they are also available. So this gas converted can absorb by the rhizobium bacteria. They are living into these blue color nodules in the root. Right? What happened? They are going to the bacteria in green color I have mentioned into the blue color nodules. This bacteria can convert as nitrate fertilizer. Nitrate as a fertilizer. So nitrate fertilizer can used by the plant. Therefore, this kind of plant rich of nitrogen. Normal plant don't have nitrogen. That is the reason the leguminous plant consists more protein kind of food. Protein food, rich of protein food. Why? They have got additional nitrogen. We already studied CHON. N mean nitrogen. This is available in the protein. Only protein, here protein. Right? But protein consists what? CHON. So this kind of living beings here called symbiosis. This is called symbiosis because the bacteria getting shelter by the plant, and plant getting nitrate from the bacteria. The mutual understanding, and they can live without any disturbance. That is symbiosis. Now see the notes. They have mentioned here what is 78%. This is, I am taking the notes from our textbook. 78% of nitrogen exists. Yes, it's available in our environment, right? Exist mean this available. Nature, yes, nature, that means naturally it's available in the where? In the atmosphere. We already studied, right? In the atmosphere, right? Atmosphere mean around us, right? We can see, we can getting air from the atmosphere. That 78. But plants have a limited ability. Not all the plants, right? Certain kind of plants, right? Plants have a limited. Why? Only leguminous family plant only able to getting atmospheric nitrogen for their fertilize, right? Okay, here to absorb, right? Absorb, I already mentioned where is that. Absorb it directly, right? I think students you can understand where is that. This is I already mentioned, no, nitrogen gas, right, can absorb by the rhizobium nodules and rhizobium bacteria, and it's converted as fertilizer, right, and using it. Okay, now see the screen. Next one, nitrogen fixation. Again some nitrogen fixation. We already studied nitrogen fixations. Nitrogen gas is about 78% in our atmosphere. This fixation, nitrogen fixation, what is happened? But rhizobium, I already mentioned this bacteria. This is rhizobium. Normally the biological name used in italic when they printed type of, this is type of bacteria, Rhizobium bacteria. Only there are so many bacteria there, but Rhizobium bacteria living with the Leguminosae plant, and it can convert atmospheric nitrogen to nitrate, right? That leaves this here they have mentioned lived in the, this is, you can see these notes in your textbook, nodules we already mentioned of here leguminous plant, important one, leguminous plant. This is the family name of the plant. There are so many plants are there, leguminous, right? And such as beans consist, and beans and bees has not only that, epilipil, right, mimosa, those are under the leguminous family. Ability to, because it has some nodules in their root, ability to absorb from where? The atmosphere, right? Atmospheric, where nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, right? Atmospheric nitrogen, we already mentioned about 78% of atmospheric nitrogen available. So directly they can take it. But this processes called, what is the atmospheric nitrogen converted as nitrate or fertilizer by using of this Rhizobium bacteria in the leguminous family plant is known as, a special name we have using here. What name is have used it? Yes, we are using that name is nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen, that means the nitrogen gas converted as nitrate fertilizer fixed is there in the root, so we call nitrogen fixation. So you must know, students, you must know what is nitrogen fixation, right? Nitrogen fixation is what? The atmospheric nitrogen converted by using of Rhizobium bacteria in the leguminous plant as nitrate or fertilizer. That is nitrogen fixation, right? We will go to next slide. Here another nitrogen fixations like that. Here nitrogen fixation, we already mentioned nitrogen fixation. We are talking about nitrogen fixation, right? Nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen as the gas available about 78% in our atmosphere, right? Commercially produced Rhizobium is used in cultivation lands in order to increase the yield of leguminous, right? Because commercially we are using this kind of bacteria commercially, because increasing the nitrogen, amount of nitrogen in our land or in our plant, right? So here this is Rhizobium. Rhizobium different from the ribosome. Ribosome as the cell organelles. This is Rhizobium as a bacteria, right? Rhizobium is used in where? Cultivation. What cultivation? Normally we are producing, right, beans, Leguminosae family plant, no? Not only all the cultivation land in order, yes, after the getting produced from the leaves from the plant. Say example I would like to explain here. This is Leguminosae plant, right? this is leguminous plant. What is it? Consists nitrogen. It consists nitrogen. Nitrogen is available, right? Nitrogen fertilizers available. Why? I already mentioned the plant roots consist rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria. Nodules are there, so it can produce. After the cultivation, that means if we find out some beans here, we can cultivate. If we have find out these beans, yes, we have taken these beans. We have taken the beans from the Leguminosae family plant, right? We are taking these beans. After that, what happened? We are taking these beans for our purpose, right? For our purpose, we are taking, right? This is going to enter the market for selling or eating. After end of this cultivation, what happened? Yes, we have to cut this plant. We have to cut this plant and use as a fertilizer. We have to cut this plant and put inside of the soil. When we keep inside of the soil, as this plant, right, as this plant, what happened? It is rich of nitrogen, because this plant is going to bury here after the cultivation. This standard soil will appear. Why? After the cultivation, we are using that stem and leaves for fertilizer, right? It's order to increase the yield of, that's the reason here they mention increase the yield of leguminous, because the leguminous family plant consists more fertilizer, right? So this cultivation also occur to increase the nitrogen. Okay, we will go to the next slide. Here this is the structure of the Leguminaceae plant root. Actually, you can find out some nodules are here. These are the nodules, right? Some nodules are in the root, you can find out, right? So these nodules are helping to absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert as nitrate fertilizer. This is the real diagram, right? Then nitrogen fixations, this we have find out what? We have find out in Leguminaceae family. But sometime we can find out some bacteria in the soil. We are studying about nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixations, earlier we studied by using of rhizobium bacteria. Here another bacteria have find out, right? Another bacteria called acetofactor. Right? Acetofactor, this free living nitrogen, don't want any Leguminaceae family roots. This is free living. Free living mean it can be find out in the soil freely. That nitrogen fixations. So fixing bacteria. So not necessary to cultivate Leguminaceae family. Is directly added to the cultivation or soil. Cultivation area, you can add it. We can buy the Acetofactus culture and can put it in our soil. But that one, what is? Earlier we have studied what is? Some plant can ability to fixation, nitrogen fixations by using their root nodules, right? But this is the another one is normal bacteria in the soil. Certain bacteria have find out, that is called acetofactor. This kind of bacteria, they can convert atmospheric nitrogen as a nitrate fertilizer. Therefore, acetofactor as the free living nitrogen fixing bacteria is directly added to the cultivation land. Therefore, they are known as biofertilizers. What did they call? Biofertilizers. Because fertilizers we already studied, but this is the living beings, microorganism, biofertilizers. So what is biofertilizers? The acetofactor. Biofertilizers, normally biofertilizers that mean biofertilizers are the substance which make, because the letter sometime it's not clear, therefore I am writing again, which makes soil rich with nutrition. When you add these kind of bacteria, the rich of nutrition using microorganism, right? So when we add microorganisms such as acetofactor for to increasing the amount of nitrogen in the soil, right? What is happened? Yes, biofertilizer, right? Okay, students, what is happened? You know that earlier we studied rhizobium bacteria living together, that means there are symbiosis, right? But this acetofactor, that is the kind of bacteria, microorganisms, we can spread to the agricultural land, cultivation land. What is happened? It can be absorb atmospheric nitrogen and increase the nitrogen fertilizer in the soil. Therefore, what happened? The cultivation is going to give more advantages, right? Therefore, this is kind of nitrogen fixation, right? Another one is producing compost. Yes, here what we are studying now, we are studying applications of microorganism. Earlier we studied that is nitrogen fixation, increase the agriculture, then producing compost. Compost also can produce by microbial activities. How? See this, right? Compost. The producing compost. Compost also the natural fertilizer, right? This we are getting from the organic materials, right? Compost. Compost is prepared by, normally compost prepared by in the normally some people who are going to produce compost in at their houses by rapid decompositions of organism. Organic matters. Certain kind of microorganisms help to produce compost. Say example, fungus and bacteria. Fungus and bacteria help us. Say sometime you can see normal at your surrounding environment, sometimes the farmers, they have made the small fence like a cubic shape fence. After that, they collected the waste materials like dead leaves or cow dung or something. They place it here. This is the organic materials. Organic materials mean dead leaf part or dead animal small part or other things, the cow dung, the waste substances, some the organic kitchen waste substances, keep it here. After the fill of this, we are giving a certain time to microbial activities. When the microbial activities, what happened? The temperature will going to increase. Temperature will going to increase. The microbial activities, temperature will going to increase. Therefore, the microbial activities sometime when increase overheat, the composition process, the microbial activities is going to affect. Therefore, what happened? We are going to watering. We are going to watering frequently. Because the heat will come out. Therefore, we are pour water on the organic materials. Again, the microbacterials continually occur in this organic matter. Then it's give as a fertilizer. Right. So, compost is prepared by rapid decompositions of organic matter. Right. Organic matter is where? Here. This organic matter. Yes, organic matter, put it inside. Right. Matter by microorganisms. Yes. We are giving chance to the microbial activities and produce fertilizer. Right. What is happened? Normally kitchen waste or sometime when we cleaning around the house, we can collect more leaves, put it in a certain place. After that, we are giving to microbial activities. In the wet condition, they are going to do microbial activities. What is the waste material? Organic waste materials. When they are doing the microbial activities, what happened? The microbial activities, what happened? The heat will evolve. Heat will come out. Therefore, the more heat is not suitable for to microbial activities. Therefore, we have to dig and change the site and sometimes need more watering due to the decrease the heat. After give it a certain period, again the microbial activity is doing there. Then after another week, we have watering and change the site of the organic materials. When we do within 3 weeks or 3 months, after that we can see the black color fertilizers, right, that organic fertilizers. So, here we are studying applications of microorganisms. We are using various purpose, right? So agriculture also using microorganism. We already studied naturally we have using some bacteria in the leguminous plant. Sometimes artificially we can collect the acetofactor fertilizer, right, biofertilizer, can place it on our cultivation area or agriculture area, it will develop. Here fertilizer, we can organic materials we can produce at our home or the close to the agriculture area by using of organic materials. At that time also microorganisms have used it, especially fungus and bacteria are the organisms involved in to produce compost, right? Okay, we will go to next slide. Producing compost. Compost adds mineral to the soil systematically and makes favorable conditions for plants to grow, right? Systematically when we add, sometimes the pot plant also, sometimes the pot plants also, sometimes you see you can purchase the packet of fertilizer, organic fertilizer in the agriculture shops, right? What happened? You can put the pot plants, a small amount of fertilizer can put it in there and you can use it, right? That is they have mentioned clearly. The producing compost. The organic matters in compost are often decomposed by bacteria and fungi. I already mentioned it. What is bacteria and fungi? Which are the microorganisms, right? What organisms? They said the organic matter, that organic matter I already mentioned, dead leaves or kitchen waste, right, cow dung, that is organic matter. Compost, right, producing fertilizer, compost, natural fertilizer, compost are often, right, I already mentioned, no, frequently we have to make it that watering and changing the site. Compost by, yes, we already mentioned there are two kind of bacteria, not virus or protozoa especially, right, especially the bacteria and fungi, right. Sometime MCQ question possible, what kind of, right, microorganism have involved in this. Sometimes they can give it bacteria with fungi, so virus or protozoa not involved in this, right. Here I already mentioned producing compost organic matter. What is the organic matters are here, organic matters are here, this is organic matter, right, organic matter such as dead part of leaves or the dung, cow dung or vegetable waste or kitchen waste, those are organic matters. Why this person is going to watering? He is going to watering here. Yes, after the watering what happened? The heat will going to reduce, right, heat will going to reduce, heat going to reduce. Then again what happened? The microbial activities occur. Then another frequently he is using this method, watering and change the site, so automatically can produce the organic compost, right. Here biopesticides, what is pesticides? We already studied what is pesticides. Yes, the insect or some unwanted microorganisms can affect the plant, which can make some economical advantage of us. Sometimes paddy field, right, paddy, what is, it give us food and the economical advantages. So if some plant are giving us the economical advantages of us, right, that is the precious one. So some kind of insect which are going to make damage and decrease the economical advantage of us, that insects called pests. So that insect can make the disadvantage of my economics, right? So effect of my economics, what is that is pest. So we have used some microorganisms to control these pests, right? I can remember in Cuba they have used a BTI bacteria as a pest one. Why? The BTI bacteria spray from the helicopter to the certain domestic area. So the bacteria can affect the larva stage of mosquito. If there are any stagnant water, the larva which are going to develop, at the time the bacteria can make kill the larva. So that is biological advantage. Here some of the microorganisms can be used as biopesticides or continual insect pests that cause damage to the crops. Sometimes crops also here fungus, Alternarian is right. Alternaria is used to combat the aquatic weed Salvinia. So Salvinia is a dangerous plant of us, because when it's going to multiple or reproduce quickly and cover the pond and make pollutions, so many aquatic organisms which are going to kill or die. Therefore, what happened? We can control the growing of Salvinia by using of this Alternaria fungus, right? I can remember in the coconut some Bromoca theca kumunchi, that's a kind of micro fungus, and also microorganisms can use to kill the beetle of that coconut. So small microorganisms can to control this pesticide. Okay students, today we are studying the applications of microorganism grade 9 unit 1. We will study continually. Thank you very much.
கல்வி டிவியில் புத்தம்புது நிகழ்ச்சிகளை உடனுக்குடன் பார்த்து மகிழ எமது Facebook மற்றும் YouTube பக்கத்தை லைக் செய்யுங்கள்.